Hello everyone, my name is Sunil Yadav. I'm going to talk about what is the data modeling and how we can do one-to-one relations in the collections. So those things I'm going to talk about. In last lecture, I did talk about like what is data schema, data modeling. I'm going to talk about one more time, just in little bit more in details, and we will cover in coming section, right, how we can do one-to-one mapping, one-to-many and many-to-many, right, throughout the collection. So those things I'm going to talk about it. So if you see, right, data modeling is right, is very good thing we need to understand, so because how we are going to put our data into MongoDB collection, right, through the document. So like the first thing is, right, which data does my app need or generate actually. So many questions we need to ask, right, while we are creating our data documents. So we model we are designing, we need to ask this question: where do I need my data, means where are you going to like show your data, right? So those things we need to consider before preparing our data model. Which kind of the data or information do I want to display? Right, you have so many data, but what information, key thing you are going to display, right? How often do I fetch my data, means like how quickly we are going to get that data, depend upon your need, right? How often do I write or change my data? So those things we need to consider, like what data structure you're going to decide, and what is the best model for us, so quickly. So the if you see, right, the details I am going to talk about is data model introduction. So the key challenging in the data modeling is balancing the needs of the application. So this is the key thing basically. So if we are doing our data model, we need to ensure, right, what is the data balance for our application need actually, that we're going to fit. Otherwise you have created so many documents, you are putting so many information in one document, so those is not going to help actually for our application performance. The performance characteristic of the database engine and the data retrieval pattern. When designing data model, always consider the application usage of the data, right, like querying, updating and processing of the data, as well inheriting the structure of the data itself, right? So many things we need to consider, right, while we are creating our data model. Like the document in single collection do not need to have the same set of fields, and data types for a field can differ across document within the collection. So we are talking about here is we can go with embedded data. Means embedded data means, right, you have only one document, right, and in that document you have all your sub document embedded, like the way we have, like this is ID, username, contact, right? So we are talking about this is embedded database. We can have referential, we can put this contact information, SS information in other collection. So those are, we are talking about the reference. We can reference through the username or ID, whatever we wanted to put a reference, like primary and key and secondary key, the way we have reference. So references store the relations between data by including links or references from one document to another document. So if you see, like application can resolve these references to access to related data broadly. These are normalization data models. So if we are separating embedded documents, sub documents to another collection, so we are talking about this is normalization data model, right? So here if you see the user document, we have user ID, username, right, and the user ID, right, this underscore ID we are talking about. So this is our like a key, so we are referring this user ID like underscore ID to here these data. So we have to another document, contract, contact and access document. So these are we are referring. So sometimes this data model is good, sometimes it's not good, so depend upon those things I will talk later on. So single document atomicity. So if you see, if we are putting everything in one document, what is the key benefit? And if we are putting in the references through one to, if you see we have one to many right here, so one reference ID is matching to contact document as well as this one to many, or we can say many to one, right? So in MongoDB, a write operation is atomic on the level of single document. So if we have single document, that is atomic, right, even if the operation modifies multiple embedded documents within a single document. So here we are talking about if we have embedded document and in one document we have everything, then that we atomic or out write operation. A denormalized data model with embedded data combines all that related data in a single document. So we have normalized data and denormalized data. So if you're separating the documents like separately, so we are saying this is normalized data model. And if you are putting into one document, then we are saying the denormalized data model. So what is the key difference between those? I'm going to talk about it. So a denormalized data model with embedded data combines all related data in a single document is instead of normalizing across multiple document and collection. This data model facilitates atomic operations. When a single write operation When a single write operation modifies multiple documents, the modification of each document is atomic, but the operation as a whole is not atomic, right? So if you are trying to modify multiple documents in a one go, then it will not whole documents like operation is not atomic. So this thing we need to consider. So many details we can see here, right? When performing multi documents write operation, whether through a single write operation or multi write operation, other operations may interleave actually. So for situation that require atomicity of read and write multiple documents in a single. So many key points we have seen here. Like I'm not going through all these things. We are going to talk about how we can do the one-to-one mapping. And also the key thing is how we can do the JSON validation, right? How we can validate our schema, because MongoDB is schema less, right? So sometimes we need it to validate our document, because if we are trying to develop our application, right? So we can't say now we have two fields, in future you have one field, or so our data model should be persistent, right? Otherwise how we are going to perform so many operations. Like if you say I have one field, in future you can say we don't need this field. So sometimes we need to ensure our data model to be fixed or grow depend upon our business need. Okay, so this way, right, these are the things we are explaining here, how you can validate your collection, and how particular validator to individual fields, basically like what is required and what is not required, and what is the like the way we have city, right? The way BSN type is object, and city, this is going to have a BSN type string. So we are putting here the BSN type, what is the data type, and how we can do those things, right? So I'm not going to cover all those things, might be later lecture we'll go through it, but so let me go to this section. So data model concept, basically. Okay, so the data model design presents a different strategy you can choose from when determining your data model, their strength and their weakness. So actually, so let me go to so model relation. So I wanted to talk about like how we can say one-to-one relation with embedded document, and then we will cover later on other section. So if you see, right, so let me go to data model, the one-to-one relation data model. So but before that, so we did talk, right, this is our embedded document and this is our normalization document. But let me go over here, like relations, like one-to-one relation. So in one-to-one relation we are saying is like a one-to-one relationship with embedded documents, right? So I have prepared one document here, we can say here, right? So suppose if we are talking about one-to-one, so suppose I have this document, embedded document. So here I can say skills, right? So suppose if one employee have name, age, address, right, and then we can say skill set, right? So I can say skill set here is coming into embedded document. So these two are coming into as an embedded sub document for us, right? So this one is like embedded. If you want to separate it, right, individually, right? So suppose this is my one collection, and here I am have skills, right? So here is skill ID is ID1, right? And I have created one more JSON. So here I can say is this separate JSON. How we are doing reference to each collection through the underscore ID. So here is ID1 and here is ID1 as well. I am referring here. Okay, so let's try it and see is working or not. So let me do command L and plus, right? So let's say run Mongo, right? So we can see it's running fine. We can say show dbs, so we can say one db is present odds, right? So we can drop it or we can create one more db. So we can say use 1 to 1, right? Reference 1 to 1. Right, I'm going to use this db. So now here we db, let's create collection. So let's get db, let's see what is current collection document, sorry, database we have here 1 to 1. So db dot, we can say create employee, right? So where I'm saying employee, okay, and just insert one. If you can do the tab, then command v, we can say it's going to be copied all the my collection, and here I'm inserting it, right? So now I have created employee, inserted successfully. Let's see, so is present employee, right? Dot find one, okay. So now on my database record inserted like image and address, right, and skill set here id1. And so suppose I want to create this skills JSON, right? So we can create this one as well. So db dot skill set, right? Skills we have, so you can say insert one, right? Command B and insert again. So now we can see this is also document inserted. So we are created 2 collections, right? And we are trying to how we can if talk to each other. So insert find one, sorry, find one, okay. So here both document now inserted, right? And if you want to fetch out, right, on the whatever skill set I have here, and I want to find out from this employee collection, so how we can do that? So we need id, right? So sometimes we generally do, right, db dot employee, and if we want to match these 2 data, right, so generally we do through the id, we can get this information, right, and combine to each other. So how those things, right, we can do that. So suppose here I wanted to just first find out this id1, right, what id1 in my collection have, and I just wanted to find out from this id what employees belong, right? So suppose if I have, just let me store one variable ids, just say id, and I can say here db dot skills dot find one, right, and I can say underscore id, right? So if I say id value, so this id1 is coming, right? So if I want to query my employee table, so I will say db dot employee dot find one, right? Here what I need to do, I need to pass skills colon id1, right? So sorry, id1 is not defined, okay. I define id, okay. So let's refer this id, this variable name I gave id here, right? So if we can see, now we are able to fetch so through the skill collection, if you want to find out whatever employee you have this skill set, then we can find out that mapping. So those things I try to how we can find out those mappings, so that I tried. So but ideally so what is the difference, why we need to select embedded documents, or we can select sub pattern documents? So here I'm going to talk about a little bit just more what is trade-off if you are going with embedded documents pattern, and what is good if you are going to subset pattern actually. So those are the key moments here, is explained really nice way in official document. So I'm going to just explain here and then wrap up it, and then we'll talk about how we can do one to many and model relationship with documents. These two I'm going to cover in coming lectures. So if you see here, right, one-to-one relationship with embedded documents. So embedded documents pattern, like consider the following example that, let's go here. The page describe the data model that uses embedded document to describe a one-to-one relation between connected data. Embedding connected data is single document can reduce the number of read operations required to obtain data. So this is the key thing actually, consideration. So if you all the information present in your one document, right? So you have all the information. You don't need to go to talk to another document, get the details. So here, if you want to get these documents like skills and employee what ID have, then you see we are joining two table. So we need to do lookup operation basically. So that is so much costly operation. But those things we consider depend upon your business need. Both are good, but we need to think about these things. In general, you should structure your schema as your application receive all of its required information in a single read operation. So embedded document pattern we are talking about here is, consider the following that maps pattern and address relationship. The example is the advantage of building over referencing if you need to view data either one data entity in context of other. So one to one. So here we are talking about like if we have like id. So in this normalization data form, this is normalization data form, not embedded. So we are saying the pattern document is Joe, right? Here is have this address document here. So we are referring this reference pattern document. So these two fields are referencing each other. So if we wanted to find out what is the address of Joe, so we need to find out through the pattern id. You need to do that. So that is costly actually information. Costly, we need to query actually. So if the address data is frequently retrieved with the same information with the referencing, your application need to issue multiple queries, right, to resolve the reference. The vector data model would be embedded the address data in pattern document. So if we are doing in one document, then you no need to query, because your address is present with your document itself. So if you say id Joe, you have all the information. You don't need to go to another collection, basically address document, sorry, another document. So we creating two documents, but if here we have only one document. And what is the subset pattern basically? So a potential problem with the embedded document pattern is that it can lead a large document, right? So suppose you have so many, this is simple example, but I have seen, right, if you are going to be embedded document, you're going to pull so many information. This is address. Suppose you have another field that have so many nested documents inside again, so it's going to be nested, right? So might be your document your size going to be increased, right? So here is large document that contain fields that applications does not need basically. This is unnecessary data can cause extra load on your server, right, and slow down the read operations. Instead, you can use subset pattern to retrieve the subset of data which is accessed and the most frequently in a single database call. So consider the example shows the database contains movie collection with the following schema. So suppose here we have movie collection, right? And if you so in this one, right, so suppose this is embedded documents, here you have everything, right? So what is the rating and what is the like viewer rating, all those things you have so many things here. But currently movie collection contains several fields that application does not need to show a simple overview of movie, such as full plot and rating information. Instead of storing all the movie data in single collection, you can split into two collection basically. So whatever is the important field you can store in movie collection, and some information that is not frequently accessed, right, for users, we can separate it. So here we are separating movie ID, right, and other information, poster, plot, full plot, all those information we are separating here. So for user, right, might be these are information for them is quickly to get it. So we can put all these in parent like collection, and we can do in the different collection. So these two collection we can separate it. So what is the trade-off, right? So when considering where to split your data, the most frequently accessed portion of data should go into the collection that is application loads first. Okay, so suppose if you wanted to have two things, right? So problem is that you always need to keep your this data is up to date and the parent collection actually. So the method improve the read performance because it's require the application to read less data to fulfill the most common request, right? The application can make additional database call to fetch less frequently accessed data if needed. So these are trade-off of subset pattern actually. So using a smaller document contain more frequently accessed data, reduce the overall size of the working set. These smaller documents returns result is improved read performance, makes your and make more memory available for the application. However, it is important to understand your application and the way it loads data. If you split your data into multiple collection improperly, Your collection will often need to make multiple trips to database and rely on join operation to retrieve the data that is needed. So suppose if you are doing so many collection, so join operation will going cost, you know, for your reading, and you need to update the parent collection. So those things will going to cost. So in addition, splitting your data into small collection may increase the required database maintenance. It is may become difficult to track what data is stored in which collection. Yeah. So ideally, we should consider, I think, um, embedded documents pattern, and sometimes we need to consider this one. So up to our business need. So thank you so much for your time. Hope that's learns that you learned something, and thank you for your time. Please subscribe my channel and share your feedback.